So we've got to add two different surds. Now, you can't just add 80 and 20. One thing you certainly can't do with this is you can't say that's equal to the square root of 80 plus 20, which is the square root of 100, which I sometimes see people do, which is 10. Wrong. Definitely not. You can't do that. You can do it if it was times. If that was the times, you could go ahead and do 80 times 20 and so on and so forth, but you can't do it with plus. So what we need to do is we need to simplify these two surds until get them into the same format. So that's what we did with A. We got them into multiples of the square root of 2. So we found that the square root of 50 was equal to 5 times the square root of 2. And we found out that the square root of 32 was equal to 4 times the square root of 2. So when we add them together, you get 9 times the square root of 2. Let's have a look how we can do it with this case. We can say that, so we'll first of all just do this one. And that's going to be the same as the square root of, so it's actually equal to the square root of 16 multiplied by the square root of 5, because 5 times 16 is 80. But let's say you didn't know that. That's fine. We don't have to do it that way. We could say it's equal to the square root of 4 multiplied by the square root of 20. But at this point, we can say, but 20 can also be divided by 4. So I can say that that's equal to the square root of 4. And again, this is when it can get a little bit confusing with the notation, so that's why I use colour. So when I'm doing, I mean that square root of 4 is the same as that square root of 4, and that's also going to be times by a new square root of 4 multiplied by the square root of 5, because 4 times 5 is 20. Okay? Now, square root of 4 multiplied by the square root of 4 is 4. And then, so that means that the answer is 4 root 5. So we've simplified the square root of 80. Okay, now let's do square root of 20. Well, again, we can divide it. In fact, we've already done it. We did it here because we had 20 earlier on. So we already know that the square root of 20 is the square root of 4 multiplied by the square root of 5, which is equal to 2 root 5. That's pretty good news because we've got 2 root 5 plus 4 root 5. And so the answer is going to be 6 root 5. Okay, I'm going to stop that, save that there, and I'm going to get rid of all this and see if you can do this